Welcome back, Year 10, for the third and final lesson this week on how to solve linear simultaneous equations. Okay, so let's have a look at these two simultaneous equations here. One is 4x plus 3y equals 17, and one is 6x plus 2y equals 18. We'll do what we've been doing all week, and that is to record the top one's number 1 and the second one is number 2. If we have a look carefully this time, again on observation, we can see the top one has 3y and the equation underneath has 2y. It's not simple this time to multiply through. 2 doesn't go into 3, so we have a look and we consider what 3 and what 2 will go up into. So can you think of a number that 2 and 3 will both go up into? Well, I know 2 times 3 is 6. So if I could make them both 6y, that would be helpful to eliminate them. So to make 3y 6y, I need to multiply it by 2. And to make 2y 6y, I multiply it by 3. It means, though, I have to be really careful on this type of question. So on the top equation here, I have to multiply everything by 2. It changes to 8x plus 6y equals 34. And this equation here, the second one, I have to multiply it through by 3. So I need to do 6 times 3x, which is 18x, 3 times 2y, which is 6y, and 3 times 18, which gives me 54. I can now label them equations 3 and 4. If I look very carefully, now I can see here that I've got plus 6y in both terms. If you remember back, the rule was same signs subtract in short there. So I've got the same sign, so I'm going to subtract. But if I have a look at here on the left-hand side, I've got 8x on top and 18x on the bottom. It's easier if I do 18x take away 8x. So I'm going to subtract going up each individual column. So 18x take away 8x gives me 10x. 6y take away 6y gives me 0y. And 54 take away 34 gives me 20. Now I can solve this simple one-step equation. How many 10s are in 20? It's 2. So I have found that x equals 2. If you remember now, once you've found the x value, you need to go back and find the y value. So I am going to use equation 1, and again, I'm going to write sub in short for substitute. X equals 2 into equation number 1 I'm going to use. So equation number 1 looks like this. It's 4x add 3y equals 17. But now I know that x is 2, so I can work out 4 times 2 here, which makes 8. So I can write down that 8 add 3y is equal to 17. If we look carefully now, it's a two-step equation. If I take that 8 away from there, I've got to take 8 away from 17. If I take 8 away from 17, it leaves me with 9. And I'm left with an equation to solve of 3y equals 9. How many 3's are in 9? Is 3. So y equals 3. We have solved the equations. X equals 2 and y equals 3. Now pause the video and make some key notes on that example. Welcome back. Let's have a look at one final example then. Okay, we've got here that 2x plus 5y equals 25 is equation number 1. Equation number 2 is 3x take away 4y equals 3. Okay, upon inspection, we can see that the value in front of the y, the coefficient is 5 and 4. And 4 does not go into 5 exactly, so we need to find something that 5 and 4 will both go up into. Well, we know 4 times 5 is 20, so we know that both of those will go into 20y. So if I times 5y by 4, it'll make 20y, and if I times 4y by 5, it'll make 20y. Again, be very careful. Multiply everything through on this top equation by 4. So we get 8x plus 20y equals 100 for 25 times 4. And on the second equation, we multiply it through by 5. So we get 15x for 3x times 5 minus 20y equals 15 for 3 times 5. Now relabel them number 3 and 4. Okay, look carefully now at your 20y terms. One of them's positive, one of them's negative. Do they have the same signs? No. So we're not going to subtract. We're going to add together these equations. So we are going to add together 8x and 15x, which makes 23x. 20y add minus 20y is 0y. And 100 plus 15 is 115. Bit trickier. How many times does 23 go into 115? Well, it goes in exactly 5 times. So x equals 5. Now we substitute that value back into one of the two equations. I prefer to work with an equation with a plus, so I'm going to use equation number 1. So I'm going to substitute x equals 5 into equation number 1. On writing it out, I can see what the equation is and what I need to do next. So x equals 5. So in this case, I need to work out 2 times 5, which makes 10. So 10 plus 5y equals 25 is the equation I've got to solve. I'm going to take that 10 away. So I'm going to take 10 off 25, which leaves me with 15. It means that 5y is equal to 15. 5 goes into 15 3 times, so y equals 3. Again, we've solved our two simultaneous equations. The solutions are x equals 5 and y equals 3. Again, please pause the video and make some key notes. Have a go now at the main task. I would say focus on questions 1, 2, 3, and 4. Question 5 and 6 are more extended questions, but if you're confident, please try 5 and 6 as well. Pause the screen. I will show you the solutions shortly. Welcome back. You can see here now that the solutions to each of the questions. So number 1, x equals 3, y equals 1. Number 2, x equals 3, y equals 2. Number 3, x equals 3 and y equals 1. Number 4, x equals 2, y equals 4. The reason number 5 was a little bit more extended is because if you look carefully, x equals 5, but y is equal to negative 2. And you need to rearrange number 6 so that it's in the same format as the others. By doing that first, you will end up with x equals 5, y equals 1. Again, if you've got any questions regarding this main task, would you save them up and ask me on your return next week? Let's have a look at this checking question. You can see here in the checking question that I have got two shapes. Shape A and shape B are both rectangles. I'm shown that on shape A, it's got a length x and it's got a width of y. And on shape B, the length is 3x and the width is 2y. I'm being given some extra information here. I've told that rectangle A has a perimeter of 16 centimeters. You need to understand what perimeter is again, so have a quick think. Perimeter is adding all the sides together. I can add to shape A the other two sides. The top is x, it's the same as the bottom, and the width on the left is y, it's the same as the right. If I add these together, then I get x plus y plus another x plus another y, and the perimeter is equal to 16. Now I can tidy this up by collecting together this x with this x to make 2x, and this y with this y to make 2y. So I've got an equation that looks like this: 2x plus 2y equals 16. Now pause the video and have a look to see if you can get an expression for shape B. Okay, welcome back. You should have an expression on shape B of 6x plus 4y equal to 42. Okay, now we have got two simultaneous equations here, number 1 and number 2, which we can use to solve and find the values of x and y. So just write these out again. So we've got 2x plus 2y equals 14, and 6x plus 4y is equal to 42. And in fact, this one was equal to 16. Okay, so writing them out in the format that we've been used to, it looks like this. and we can call them number 1 and 2. Okay, have a go from there. If you remember, have a look at the y's. We've got 2 and 4. 2 goes into 4 twice, so I can just multiply through the top equation by 2. Doing that then makes following equation 4x plus 4y equal to 32, and the bottom one stays as 6x plus 4y equals 42. We call this equation 3 and equation 4 because we changed them. Look carefully. We've got plus 4y on each. Okay, so same sign, subtract. So we're going to subtract. I'm going to subtract going up the column. It's easier than doing 4 take away 6. 6 take away 4 is far simpler. So 6 take away 4 is 2x. 4y take away 4y is 0y. And 42 take away 32 is 10. So 2x equals 10. 2 goes into 10 5 times. So x equals 5. Pause the video and have a go and see if you can find y. Okay, welcome back. I'm now going to use x equals y in one of x equals 5 in one of my first two equations. I'm going to pick equation number 1, which looks like this. 2x plus 2y equals 16. Subbing x equals 5 into 2x means I work out 2 times 5, which is 10. 10 plus 2y equals 16. So take this 10 from here, take 10 from 16, leaves me with 6. So 2y equals 6. How many 2's are in 6? It's 3. So again, we've been able to solve these equations. Let's write it down. X equals 5 and y equals 3. Thank you for listening, Year 10. Save your questions for next week. Stay safe.